Hey, I just want to be honest about the philosophy of worship, the worship hour on Sunday morning. And I want to say as positively as I can that the way we do church in America and what that means, the way we do church, really it's good to think about that whole thing because, um, in our capitalistic achievement oriented, success oriented, what success means society, in the South at least, and in a lot of places, it's turned out that there's this formula on how to do worship on Sunday morning. And I think it's good for all of us to really think about that hour and then how that plays out in our ministry because it just seems to me that we're so focused now on ability and excellence that there is a backside to all of that. And we need to be mature Christians and realize that. The church is the body of Christ. It's not Sunday morning. Sunday morning is when we gather typically, and Saturday night or whenever in the week, and corporately worship together, which is all fine. But nowadays, it's such an amazing presentation in so many churches that we've really got to be careful on how awesome it has to be, because on the backside of that, we have to be mature and realize that if we have the most amazing worship leader or gifted speaker, videos, all of this costs a tremendous amount of money, a lot of finances. And a lot of people in my profession know that if you have a good sized crowd, you're succeeding, you're growing. That's the way people see this. Then if you lose your great, amazing worship leader, you're out looking for a new one. And I don't want to say this is everybody does this, but there's such a formula now that if you went 3 weeks without amazing worship, let's say you'd have 8 to 17% less people showing up for church. And a lot of us want that amazing goosebumps on the back of our neck experience, but what we need to realize as the corporate body, we need to be praying for each other, knowing each other, and fellowship with each other, and working towards living disciplined lives. And I'm afraid that as we all just want to get in and get our amazing, even evangelical Orthodox preaching in the $1 million facility with an amazing staff, and if somebody leaves, there's turnover on the backside of all this staff business, and then you go looking for another staff member to replace that person, and you have to pay more money to get higher quality. And sometimes I'm afraid we overlook the spiritual dimension of the people that we're hiring. We're looking for, are they able, do they have the ability to perform this task, specifically in the 2 places of worship that we expect when we come to a church are the communication of the word and the presentation, the creativity of it, along with the worship leader or the band or the choir. And we just really need to be careful. I think that now there seems to be this framework or template on how to make a successful church and figure out your core values, make a nice website, hire a worship leader with a great band, amazing communicator that hopefully we're going to create more venues that we can pipe them into other locations. And pretty soon you might have 3 or 4 locations with amazing worship at each location, and a communicator coming through either webcast or tape delay or anything like that. And this costs a tremendous amount of money, and we're letting people go. Human resources are passing through these organizations, and it doesn't seem to me that the focus of excellence of what we want when we come to worship experience is necessarily what the scriptures say about the worship experience is supposed to be. That's just what American society has made it. And so what I just would say we need to emphasize is the corporate time together, to where we're not necessarily needing thousands in a crowd where we can get lost, but to where we can really connect with people in that experience. The facilities with the mega screens and the amazing video loops that are made and cost money throughout the week. You have to have a creative director and you have a team and all of this high level of excellence on Sunday morning so we can enjoy it, consume it, get out, get our goosebumps. I think we need to focus on praying for each other, knowing each other, the disciplined life of worship throughout the week and in this corporate experience, and the fact that maybe the coolest and hippest people in the world may not be on the stage or should have to be on the stage. They might be gifted and have the ability and we're paying enough for them. But what about those of us that, or those others that are trying to learn to communicate the gospel, trying to learn instruments or be better? And I know that there's a balance between ability and spirituality, spirituality being our commitment, really trying to grow. Our focus today just seems to be on the coolest and the most awesome in quality and performance and ability, and maybe not so much on a personal relationship with Christ and glorifying Him. And I mean, the pressure is if people leave, if somebody leaves, we got to replace that person with somebody awesome, or less people are going to come. Come to what? We're trying to grow for what reasons? Are we really trying to grow because we're trying to evangelize and connect those who are lost? Or are we just trying to feed our own egos for success, which I struggle with and have also? I think in the end, church corporate worship, we need to focus on God primarily and being there together and knowing everything's not awesome. That some people have cancer, some people going through divorce, and that we know these people beside us in these movie chairs instead of ignoring them or just coming for the experience, this movie-like experience. I just think we need to be careful about that. So let's be focused on glorifying God in our relationship with Him and our relationship with people. Thanks.